Conquest. The story of human history. Since time immemorial, great leaders have risen from humble beginnings to do shit. And so it was with the 3rd Street Saints. Since conquering Stillwater, the once small-time street gang has evolved into a media empire. A Saints movie in development. Johnny Gat and Shondi are pop culture icons, and Pierce, well, who gives a fuck about Pierce? The point is, the Saints are on the world stage, and every criminal organization wants their crown. It was only a matter of time before one of them took the fight to the Saints.
I don't remember Star Wars being like that.
Prohibited in California.
Japanese commercials. Easiest money you'll ever make.
Grand larceny's right up there. You ready for this?
No worries. I do my
What's
own
around their
stunts.
neck? Dog collars?
Those are voice modifiers. They're about to rob a bank, so they have voice modifiers on, so people don't know who they are.
If I'm gonna play a saint with any degree of emotional truth,
Oh.
I gotta make it real.
But the best part about that
What in the fuck?
is that they're robbing the bank dressed as themselves.
Hell yeah. Who doesn't want to be Johnny Gat? Ultra postmodernism. I love it.
I'm cool with the Saints movie, but do we really gotta drag this asshole actor around?
Cut Josh some slack. He's just researching his part.
Yeah, I hope he signed a waiver.
All right, people. Nobody moves! Nobody dies!
Sorry, jumped his line. Can we go again?
You all know the drill. Can I get a picture with the boss?
Say sleaze.
Get in line, bitch!
Hey, don't be a dick.
But you call yourself gangbangers? You're a bunch of pussies! We should be all up in their shit like... Fuck!
Oh, that's different. You got a plan, or we just shooting all these motherfuckers? That is my plan. Works for me.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our first time playthrough of Saints Row the 3rd Remastered. I am your boy, Shadowstreak, and with me, as always, I have my co-host slash partner on this channel, Taylor.
Sup, bitches?
She is currently the one playing for this playthrough. I'm going to just get that out of the way right at the beginning. I am a Saints Row super fan. I love the entire franchise. I've played every game except the first one because it's an Xbox exclusive, whatever. She's never played a Saints Row game in her life, and with Saints Row 3 Remastered coming out very recently at the time of this recording, we figured, you know what, let's just jump right in and do it, because I absolutely love this game. I could talk about it for days and never run out of things to say. You, on the other hand, this is your quote-unquote first time playing this game, because actually what ended up happening is yesterday we had a bit of a recording issue, and we did the first 3 missions, and we have to redo it because of video failures that were really annoying. So she kind of already knows how the game plays a little bit, which is actually kind of good because she really didn't have any idea what she was doing last time, so I figured this might help a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just to set up what's going on, actually, you're going to want to go up there because there's going to be a cutscene first. Oh yeah, that guy's... Yeah, Shandi's killing that guy.
I can't breathe.
No way we're cracking this thing. Ready for plan B?
Yep. Josh, get over here.
Got the tools right here, Holmes. So, what's plan B? Huh? Drill it.
So, to explain who everyone is, that's Josh Burke, the girl is Shandi, Johnny's the one with the glasses that everyone was dressed like, and the person with the satchel charge right there is the boss, aka your character, who you do not see the face of yet for certain reasons that we'll see momentarily. Also, the Johnny heads are on the floor there. Fun little fact. They seem to be hopping in and out though, which is really weird, but yeah. So,
I would also like to apologize because I am not good at this game. Like I said,
I love this part.
Hey, Josh Burke. Don't be starstruck. Very approachable. Want me to sign your breasts?
That's okay.
Yeah. By night light on DVD.
So yeah, oh, you just killed her. So to explain the characters, basically, Johnny Gat is this series' mascot. He's also basically the Chuck Norris of this universe because he's like the most badass guy there is. Everyone wants to be Johnny Gat. Shandi is from the second game, though she got a major overhaul / redesign, both in terms of her appearance and her personality. She is a very different character from how she was in 2, but you don't need to worry about that till we actually play 2. That's Josh Burke, the guy right there.
Found the way to open the ball. Don't touch it!
Josh, are you trying to get us all jail time?
What? I don't want to be some dude's bitch.
Yeah, that's Josh Burke.
what a pussy.
Yeah, well, okay, so he's an actor in this game's universe, and he was with the Saints here to do some method acting and actually see what the Saints are like because he's going to be playing a Saint in an upcoming movie. He's most famous for the series called Nightblade in this universe, which is like a vampire hunting show, which will be referenced throughout the course of this game here and there. That won't be the last time we see Josh Burke, but yeah, we'll see him again in the future. And then
I don't have any
hold
weapons.
circle, hold circle. There you go. So to explain the controls, it's a third-person shooter game. I prefer third-person shooters to first-person shooters. Personally, I love third-person way more. But your basic controls, obviously L2 / left trigger is aim, right trigger is shoot. L1 is sprint if you hold it. R1 you can't use yet, so don't worry about it. If you hold circle, you bring up your weapon wheel. You have your fist for melee, and then you have a pistol, SMG, shotgun, and assault rifle. We will be getting more weapons as the game goes on, obviously. Let's see, what else? X is jump. Square is reload. What else? I don't think you need to really worry about any other buttons.
I fucking shot him in the face 8 times and he didn't even die.
Well, they do have armor. They are SWAT dudes. But
I'm gonna die.
well, actually, if you just stay right there behind the pillar, you'll heal. Yeah, thankfully this game does not have like a set amount of health like a bar. You actually do regen health over time. That's a mechanic I appreciate in games like these. You know, GTA isn't.
Get off my dick.
GTA isn't nearly as forgiving on that front, and like even with GTA 5, you only get half your health back at
Breath
most.
is
So
on fire. Okay.
yeah, you want to shoot that helicopter right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do that.
Another thing I'll explain really quick. There are 4 different colors in terms of objectives. The red ones that you just saw, those are targets that you want to destroy, basically.
Yeah.
They're marked with the reticle icon. Then there are also green icons, typically represented by shields. Those are things you want to protect or your allies. Whenever you're aiming at like a homie or something, a green X will show up over them because you don't want to shoot them. They do take damage, and if you shoot them enough, they will go down.
Really?
And, yes, and if your homie
Alright, Shandi's dead.
no, but oh my god. But if your homie goes down, you will have to revive them, or you will fail your mission. So, but we'll see that later on. So, you know, that's not really anything to worry about right now. This entire sequence right now is entirely scripted, so you can't possibly fail this. You can't die. basically what you're doing is you are ripping the bank vault out of the bank. You're not, you know, most bank robberies you typically like blow it or drill it or whatever. No, you're just picking up the whole fucking thing and flying away with it, because that's Saints Row for you.
That's insane.
Saints Row, for those who've never experienced this franchise before, is starting with, I mean, the first 2 games are semi-serious, although I'd say they are less serious than people make them out to be, in terms of some of the things that happen in them. Though, certainly more serious than 3 and 4. But Saints Row, starting with 3, is pretty much off-the-walls GTA to the max times 500 million and then some, because it's the most.
But is it though?
It is. It's extremely absurd with all this like, you have no idea. You only saw the first 3 missions. You have no idea what else is in this game. But yeah, you seem to be doing much better now than you were yesterday, so you're getting the hang of it. But yeah, you are currently robbing a bank in Stillwater. Stillwater is the setting of the first 2 games. That's the city that the Saints basically work up to taking over. And excuse me. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Although this bank heist appears to be going a little bit differently than most other bank heists that they have pulled off in the past. I will say, okay, so yeah, another thing that's changed between the second and third game is that the Saints have become celebrities. Like, they're super popular. They have those commercials like the one that we saw Pierce in. They're widely recognized. They have a bunch of merch, hence the Johnny Gat stuff everywhere. You know, we'll be seeing plenty of that as time goes on. But yeah, the Saints are like this super big celebrity organization now. Which,
But don't they do bad shit?
yes, they do. They're a gang.
How are they not arrested?
Because they're a gang.
Oh, shit.
And that was the first mission, when good heists go bad.
Look at me, I'm kicking ass and taking names.
Yep.
I'm also not going to be talking as much because
You're the player, not the expositor.
yeah.
Unlike our other playthrough that will be coming up soon, where you do most of the talking.
I'm so
But-
sorry.
No, that's fine. That's how, I mean, that's what this channel is based around. We have an expert and a novice. But,
Will you
okay.
grab me some water while
Yeah.
I do this?
Yeah, I will. We're going to skip ahead to later on in the character customization just to save you guys some time, because you don't need to sit through all of this. So she's going to design her character a little bit, and then we'll come back in later on. So we'll see you guys then. Alrighty, guys. So we're back. She's made her character. Now we're going to go in with the personality. This is the part I actually did want to show off of the character customization.
These kids with their video games.
So,
How come you can't buy stock in murder? I own that shit. So much chaos, so little time.
okay, so what I wanted to say was, there's a lot of different voices here you can choose from by a lot of very talented voice actors and actresses. The ones that I know off the top of my head, male one is Troy Baker, very popular voice actor in the gaming industry. One of the most widely known ones, actually.
Everywhere I go, people always want to kill me.
Yeah, Troy Baker. Male 3 is Robin Atkin Downs,
Powered bulldozer.
the Cockney voice. That's my absolute favorite one. I always use the Cockney voice in like every playthrough I do. It's just the best one by far. Female one is Laura Bailey, another very, very, very popular female voice actress in the gaming industry. The zombie,
What?
you can play the entire game sounding like a zombie. That is Steve Bloom.
Uh-huh.
You probably don't know who Steve Bloom is, but Steve Bloom is probably the... I don't know if this is a true fact, but I feel like Steve Bloom has done more voice acting roles than anybody else. I don't know, I could be wrong. But I know he has an insane IMDb page, so yeah. And you can play the whole game like that. I've only done it 2 or 3 times. I don't really like picking the zombie voice just because, you know, you can't really enjoy the cutscenes as much.
Yeah, hold on.
Everything could be improved with more strippers.
I want that one.
You don't want Laura Bailey?
No.
Okay.
What?
Oh my god. That was funny.
I don't think I like this voice.
All right, go back to Laura Bailey.
We need to increase our
Good,
brand awareness.
but you're gonna have to change your compliment again,
Oh fuck.
I'll show you a secret.
unless you want that still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
What's the matter, huh, bitch? You. What a fucking disgrace.
I like that one.
Whatever.
I think that's the one you went with, wasn't it?
You suck. Fuck off. Up yours.
I don't like that one.
Fuck off.
I'm like a mixture between fuck off
Whatever.
and
Fucking disgrace.
you're a fucking disgrace.
You should do that one.
Okay.
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 All right, we're gonna start the game now. Apologies for that taking a little longer than it might have, or it should have, but
That ass.
good lord.
The fuck is this? We paid up this month.
So a fun little detail that I never really noticed for a long time is that if you look on the walls, you can
We got
see
arrested.
like
No.
it says Altor like written on it. Like it's supposed. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Altor, but like the first letter doesn't look like a complete U. Altor is a prominent villain in the second game.
What it's all about.
It's always about the
But
money,
as
Mr.
Johnny
Jack.
was saying right
Which is
there,
precisely
he's
why our
not
employees
really
use
fond of the
this
direction the
secret.
scenes have headed now that they're like
If you'll
these celebrities.
indulge
He misses the old days of them just being a street gang.
Yeah.
But all right, so now we're in a plane. I'll let this cutscene play out.
You have any idea who you're fucking with here?
Of course. A remarkable likeness. These visions are Viola and Kiki, and I am Philippe Laurent, chairman of a multinational organization called the Syndicate.
Never heard of it.
Evidently not, or you would not have robbed our bank. Perhaps you wonder why you are still breathing at this point.
Actually, I wonder why my foot's not up your ass at this point.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like it or not, Mr. Gatt.
Even though Johnny
Our
Gat looks like he,
organization is
has some
expanding
plastic
into
surgery or some
I am
Botox,
offering you the chance
he
to
could hit
leverage
it
your
any day.
assets
Jesus
against
Christ.
Ladies,
I will say Johnny did get a redesign for 3, just like Shondi did. Most of the characters in the game actually got a redesign.
That is before taxes.
Because obviously better graphics. But Johnny was redesigned. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but he looks a lot more like his voice actor, Daniel Day-Kim. I think he does a fantastic job as Johnny Gat, one of the best voice
Wait,
actors in the
he
game.
looks like him?
Yeah, Johnny looks almost identical to Daniel Day-Kim. I'll even throw a picture on screen right now to show you.
I'm gonna look this up. Daniel Day.
Oh, Johnny just got stabbed in the chest and he shoved the dude through a window. Because that's Johnny Gat, the fucking badass.
Oh shit, he does.
I told you.
He could hit it any day of the
Jesus
week too.
Christ.
Boss, you gotta bail.
No, not without you.
What, there's like half a dozen guys? I can take them.
What about the plane?
I'll fly it back to Stillwater.
Johnny, you can't even drive stick. How you gonna fly a plane?
Details. Just cover the boss. Go. I got this.
Like, can you imagine just killing all those people?
Yeah, he was convicted for over 300 murders in the second game. Alright, anyways, so now we're going to start on the second mission of the game.
We can't leave Johnny. That's fine. We have other problems.
So yeah, this is where they teach you combat. Basically, you can melee. If you press right trigger, you will do your, punches and kicks and whatnot. Word of advice, when these next guys come out, press L2. Press L2. Oh, you gotta be next. Press L2. There you go. And then follow the on-screen prompts, which you are not doing. But yeah, so if you press L2 next to a guy, you can do that fancier takedown, which gets you more experience than a regular melee attack. I will explain the experience system in a little bit, but for right now, just worry about killing that guy. So if you pick up
fucking money.
Yeah, you picked up his pistol, so now you have a pistol. You don't really need to worry about money right now. That's not a concern, so. Also, Johnny's playing some music for you. What's in that book?
What book?
That book on the floor. It's a Saints book, probably.
It's not titties. I'm not impressed.
Huh? Well, did you notice the art on the wall right there? Go back. Turn around. Look at the art on the wall.
Hello,
Jesus
look at that,
Christ.
eh?
Alright, get moving.
Wait. Too bad I can't see the asterisk.
Okay.
It looks like an asterisk. You know?
Yeah, I got the joke. Get a move on.
Okay.
You're getting shot at. You're supposed to shoot them. Alright, I don't think I actually finished explaining the 4 colors mechanic from earlier. Also, yes, if you press triangle... If you press triangle next to an enemy, you will grab a human shield. If you press triangle again, you will throw them. If you press right stick, you will actually execute them. So, get it. I want you to get another human shield. Did you just get yourself stuck? Okay. Go grab another human shield. Grab a human shield. Now press right stick. Right stick. There you go.
Oh.
And you can execute them. So to explain those markers again, the red ones indicate something you need to kill. Green indicates something you need to protect. Blue is somewhere you need to go, and yellow is something you need to interact with. So we'll be seeing all of those a lot throughout the course of the game's missions, but that's the pretty basic gist of it.
Johnny, we're about to jump.
Right on. I'll see you at Stilwater.
Johnny?
Give me a fucking gun.
Alright, so now we're doing a skydiving sequence in the second mission of the game. This ain't GTA.
No, it's not.
And that's one thing I appreciate about Saints Row the Third. As I mentioned at the very beginning of the playthrough, this is my favorite Saints Row game. This is actually my favorite game of all time. Like, I love this game to death. I've played through it more times than I can count. I think there might be like the only 2 other games I think I've played more are Sonic Adventure 1 and Pokemon Fire Red / Leaf Green. And the only reason I've played those games more is because those games came out earlier in my life. That said, I've played through this game more times than I can count. I know more than I probably should about this game, but that's how big of a fan I am of it. And the franchise as a whole. It's just that 3 is my favorite. What I will say is that the thing I appreciate about 3 over 1 and 2 is that while Saints Row was never a true GTA clone, it did always have things that set it apart. 3 is really where the franchise got an identity to itself that made it stand out from like this is one of a kind. Saints Row is a one of a kind franchise in terms of all the shit that it has you do. Like as we can clearly see here, we started with robbing a bank and now we're skydiving trying to save Shondi. And this is just the tip of the iceberg with the sheer diversity in missions this game has to offer.
I'm not gonna lie. For a minute, I didn't think you'd make it in time.
But yeah, another thing I wanted to quickly note is that depending on the voice that you pick at that character customization moment, changes the dialogue that the characters actually say. So it encourages repeat playthroughs because what your Laura Bailey voice is saying differs from what Troy Baker or Robin Atkin Downs says. So it kind of encourages you to play through the game multiple times with different personalities so you can see what how the different cutscenes play out.
Yeet.
See you, Shondi. But yeah, if you don't shoot that window out, you do fail. That's how physics works. Yeah. That could have gone better. Yep. You're gonna wanna turn around. Not that way, I meant... Okay, actually they did spawn in front of you. I thought they spawned more to the right, but I guess not. I guess my perspective might have been a little off.
I don't like the controls for the skydiving scene.
No, I don't have any issues with it. Then again, I've played it more times than I can count. I do think as a whole, this game actually has really, really solid controls. Left trigger.
Yeah. Well, fuck yourself.
Yeah, I will say that this game, in my opinion, controls like a dream. The vehicle control is more arcadey, but we'll be talking about that when we get to that section of the game. Right now, we're just finishing up with the skydiving sequence to save Shaundi. Another fun fact, I think you already did it, but if you shoot the vehicles like that, they do explode, which is something I never actually... Oh, you got stuck on that box there. It's something I never actually knew until like my third or fourth playthrough, because my first couple playthroughs, I never bothered to shoot the vehicles.
I'm here.
But yeah.
You're a fucking asshole. True.
True.
Yep.
Thanks, Shaundi. And you're a cunt. Hi, Shikatito.
Like I said, she wasn't always like that. She did have a very different personality in 2.
Like what?
Well, if we ever play 2, you'll find out.
Gentlemen, negotiations were less than successful. Viola and Kiki will spread the word. Steelport belongs to the Syndicate, and the Saints are not welcome. Mr. Kilbane, gather your luchadors and bring me their leader's head.
That's Steelport for you.
Mr. Miller, hack into the Saints' accounts and leave them nothing.
I'm free falling.
Hey, isn't that like a...
Tom Petty. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of these mission names are references to Outside Thing, because if there's one thing that Saints Row takes pride in, it's pop culture references.
Ugh.
Which I think, I mean, obviously for those who, the few of you that maybe follow this channel that don't know, I talk about the Powerpuff Girls 2016 reboot on my YouTube channel quite a bit, and I'm clearly not a fan of pop culture references in that show because it fails miserably at it.
Shaundi titties.
I think Saints Row does a much better job at referencing outside media. It does make it a little bit of a product of its time, but that's Saints Row is meant to be ridiculous and stupid to begin with. Powerpuff Girls was never meant to be that, which is why I think that differentiation is important to make.
So,
Alright, you're just gonna kill that random pedestrian?
Shit. Scrub a ride and figure out where we are. Steelport. It's kind of like Bangkok's abusive father. So
You will learn the input commands over time. There's only like 5 or 6.
yeah, but I'm not... Do you have to hold it or just press it?
No, you just press it when it shows up. You need to go hijack that vehicle.
It'll come back to me.
You cannot do a takedown like that when you're sprinting. Yeah. One more. There you go. You got 2 out of 3. All it does is gives you a slight respect bonus, I believe. Right, left, left. See, I already know these because I've played this game so many times, but right.
Okay, that was impressive.
Come here, let me punch you.
Down stick and then right. Yeah. Another thing that I want to tell you right now is that if you sprint at somebody and you press right stick... okay, well...
Oh, sorry.
If you sprint at somebody and press right stick, although I don't believe there are any... okay, I'm going to need to blur this out because YouTube, so thank you.
There were titties.
Yeah, there were. Okay, so yeah, you get in the vehicle... Vehicle controls are pretty self-explanatory. Right trigger, you drive forwards. Left trigger, you reverse and brake. If you hold down X, you can power slide, which helps with drifting. Saints Row controls very different from GTA in the sense that Saints Row has a more like arcade simplified style to it, whereas GTA focuses more on vehicle acceleration and weight.
You can't be serious. They have more than enough to go around.
But with this being the remaster, the game has updated graphics and better visuals than the original game. You're about to drive right into water, babe. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Alright.
Just follow the GPS, which, as you saw, if you pull up your phone by pressing the center square touchpad, you can pull up your map. You're going to Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire is the weapon store of the game where you can buy and upgrade your different weapons. We'll be getting more into that a little bit later in the game. As for right now, I'd just continue on with this mission because free roam is not quite yet unlocked until you do this last mission. So,
Okay.
yeah. So basically what's going on right now is the Deckers, which is one of the 3 gang members of the Syndicate. That Belgian guy, Philippe Loren.
The waffle.
Yes.
Belgian waffle.
Yeah. He is one of the 3 heads of the Syndicate. He runs the gang known as the Morning Star. The Morning Star being the main central gang that you focus on for the beginning of the game. Every Saints Row game until 4 had a system where you would be a gang, the 3rd Street Saints, and you would be fighting against other gangs. In the first game, it was the Rollers, the Carnales, and the Vice Kings. In the second game, it was the Ronin, the Sons of Samedi, and the Brotherhood. And in this game, you have the Morning Star, the Deckers, and the Luchadors.
Yep.
You will learn more about...
Sounds like a bunch of dessert.
You will learn about them as time goes on. Right now, I would just go to buy upgrade weapons. Go to the 45 Shepherd, which is the pistol. Yep. Level 2. Accept. Okay. And then
Can
you
I
can
look
leave.
what else?
How far is the armory?
Not far, it's on the GPS.
Alrighty, so to explain what's going on right now. The Deckers, which is one of the 3 members of the Syndicate, hacked into the Saints' funds and stole all their money. So that's why you have no money right now. And the game, as with Saints Row 1 and 2, Saints Row has always been about building up from nothing. Starting from the ground up. And taking over the city, taking over everything, which is the main premise of the game. We'll be getting into that a little bit later, like I said. I think that was a Temptress or a Vortex. I think that's a Vortex. The Vortex, Temptress, and Atrizion, which I don't know if that's even the right pronunciation. I've always just called it an Atrizion, are the 3 best cars in the game. I rank them as Atrizion, Temptress, Vortex, although I think the Vortex might actually be better than the Temptress. I'll put something on screen for that too right now.
Is that one?
No. It's just get a random car. You don't need anything special. You're not going to get it back after this mission anyways, so just get a random car. Get that one. Hold sprint and press triangle while running towards the car. or don't.
I'm gonna get a good car.
Get that Jeep. Press sprint and hold triangle, or hit triangle. There you go. That is what is known as... Ooh, a bulldog. That is what is known as a Boudukin.
A Boudukin?
Yeah, that's what the game calls it. Yeah, unlike GTA, where the game wastes your time, you have to walk up to the door, open the door, you know. Oh, good job. Your bulldog's almost dead already. But yeah, unlike GTA where it takes, a long time, you gotta wait.
What's that?
Where? That is something you'll worry about later. Just,
No, my car, I want it!
It's okay. Like I said, you won't keep the car that you have anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Whoa.
The game does have cutscenes for you ripping someone out of a vehicle from time to time. This is a Quasar. This isn't a car I'd use very often. I want to say there was another Vortex, but anyways. Like I said, oh, is that an Atrizion? That's an Atrizion. Get it. Okay, you know what? Actually, get that. That is the best car in the game right there. Or no, that's not an Atrizion. Sorry.
It's a
Temptress, yeah. My bad. I couldn't tell from the lighting, but yeah, the Temptress. This is what I consider to be the second best car in the game, so... I mean, yeah, go for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
But like I said, you won't get to keep this car anyway, which is unfortunate, because if you could keep it right now, I would say absolutely go keep it, but...
Hi, Chica.
Sheikah's here too. For those who don't know, Sheikah is our pet
Don't
cat.
worry, Pierce has that covered.
She's our kitty.
Well, yeah, she's still a kitten right now.
She's
but
actually our daughter.
she won't be a cat or a kitten forever. So,
Yes, she will.
all right. So you're gonna want to kill all these guards and try not to die. The basic premise of what you're doing right now, just to fill you in, because I won't lie. The first time I played this game, I didn't really know what was going on. And I'm glad I do now, because it makes the story that much more interesting. I really do enjoy this game's story.
Hey,
I think
I need it.
I think Saints Row 2's story is a little more
Can I shoot with this?
interesting. Yes, you can.
I can?
Yes, that's actually what I typically do when I play this mission. I just get in the bulldog, and well, now Shondi's doing it for you, so you're gonna have to get out because you can't shoot anymore.
Let's take it.
That's the only unfortunate thing is Shondi will get in the vehicle, so you're gonna have to get out
You're serious, aren't you?
because you can't shoot them. You can rely on Shondi, but the computer AI in this game is not the best. So I will say you're probably going to experience issues with your homies doing stupid things throughout the course of the game.
Hey!
That's just inevitable, and you're dead. Good job.
No!
You died. Good job.
What?
All right. As you're listening on the radio right now, that is Jane Valderrama. She is the quote-unquote mission recapper of this game. Every time you do a mission and you turn on the radio, you will hear an audio clip of Jane Valderrama recapping on the quote-unquote Steelport news what just happened. Which is,
Who is this voice? I've heard her before.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I can put the name on screen. But yeah, she voices Jane Valderrama, and it's just a fun little recap to listen to what happened from an outside perspective. I enjoy listening to them.
Okay, fair.
But
It's a real good question.
yeah, what we're doing right now is we're invading the armory because we're trying to get guns and other weapons so that we can build up our gang in Steelport. Because the Saints have never been here before. They took over Stilwater, which is not this game's setting. So, yeah. The Torch is actually a pretty decent car.
Yeah, I like it. It's my favorite of the bunch.
Even more than the Temptress?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you'll come around to the Temptress. That's gonna blow up. I think, yeah.
You're serious, aren't you? It's like I don't want to invite us
There's a
in.
dude with a shotgun behind you.
Really doesn't help change their mind.
I definitely recommend taking out the shotgun enemies first, because they do the most damage. I also
Yeah,
don't
I'm already gonna die.
Yeah, I don't recommend using the SMG because the SMG doesn't do good damage to start. I recommend using your pistol, actually. Your 45 Shepherd that you upgraded to level 2, it's a much better weapon to be using, and if you don't start killing guys soon, they're gonna kill you.
I'm not good at this game.
Wow, I mean, you need to just work on your aim.
You need to work on your aim. Yep.
I don't need to work on my aim. I'm playing this game pretty well.
Oh my god, I'm Shadow Streak. I am Ultimate Gamer MLG. Fuck you, Shondi.
What'd Shondi do?
She's existing.
Okay, well.
Dumb cunt.
I will say that the 45 Shepherd, this pistol is my favorite weapon in the game when you get it to level 4. There's a nice little thing about the upgrade system in this game for weapons. Weapons have 4 upgrade levels. Well, most do. Some weapons don't, like melee weapons, but...
Where am I being shot from? Where?
The guys with the red arrows above their head.
Well, no fucking shit. I meant where at on the map.
Well, if you look on the map, they're actually indicated with the square around them. The red dots on the map indicate an enemy, but the red dots with the square around them indicate a target, which is something you're supposed to be going after right now. The mission will not continue until you kill all the targets. So, another factor that is important to know is that if you kill a guy if you shoot someone in the head, it will do more damage. I believe these armored guys can survive a headshot because they obviously have armor. But if you kill a regular NPC in a headshot, they will die in one hit. Try getting a headshot on the next guard.
Did you see him fly?
I did. That's another thing this game loves to do is its ragdoll physics are on top. Okay, so you can get a headshot and kill with one bullet, but you want to go get the weapons cache now.
Oh yeah. Look at me.
Yeah, if you press X, you can do that dodge roll mechanic. That's actually useful for dodging gunfire. So if you're like getting shot at, you can run and dodge roll, and you'll avoid damage. But now you're just holding your position for the time being. So.
Ow. Let me hold my position.
Yep. If you press the left and right D-pad buttons, you can do your taunt and compliment.
I'll show you a secret.
So that was your compliment. And then if you do the other one,
What a fucking disgrace.
there's your taunt. So, just so you know.
Hey, Shandi.
What a fucking disgrace.
Oh my god. So yeah, you can do that whenever you want. As long as you're on foot, of course. Alright, so we're pretty much just waiting this out. Just kill some dudes until...
When I go to, like... See, I like the sensitivity when, like, I'm moving, like, left to right.
Mhm.
But if I, you know, just...
Aim down.
No, if I, like, slightly move it to the right, it's just... It jumps.
I love to make an entrance.
Who gives a fuck about this?
So now you get to use the Reaper drone.
Okay.
So this is the Reaper drone. Don't shoot the green targets; those are your allies.
Oh, okay.
This is a weapon that you get very early on in the game. It's your first special weapon, basically. There are multiple special weapons you get to use throughout the game. This is just the first. If you press right trigger like you're doing, you can use the dumbfire, which just shoots a regular missile. If you use the L2 button, you can shoot a guided missile, which is recommended when the next set of targets comes out. You still need to kill one more. There you go. Alright, so now there's a tank indicated by that red
Is that the
reticle.
circle thing?
Yes, those are the targets you need to destroy.
Okay.
So if you use a guided missile on a tank, you will take it out in one hit.
Whoa! Did I miss?
No, you got it.
Oh, sick beats.
But if you shoot a tank with one of these dumb missiles, you only do about a third of its damage, so you need to shoot it multiple times. So what I recommend you do is use the dumb fires on the smaller Jeep targets, and then use the guided missile for the tank. Like so. Another thing that's worth pointing out in this game, in terms of how vehicle health functions, is that in missions like this where you do have vehicles with a health meter, it is important to know that vehicles typically typically need to be brought down to about 25% of their health. Once they hit the 25% mark, or about 3/4 of the bar being empty, the vehicle's health will begin to drain automatically until it hits 0 and explodes. Because the 25% mark indicates when a vehicle is low on health and will light on fire. And when it lights on fire, it's gonna blow up. So.
Is that good?
For the enemy, yeah. For you, no. So now you want to shoot down those helicopters.
Okay.
Because you are escaping with a bomb, which is what that...
a bomb?
Yes, a bomb.
Hey,
that
Shandi, fuck off.
That is what the green shield icon is representing on your screen. That is the helicopter that is currently carrying your bomb. Another thing is that if you manage to get multiple... That's your ally. If you manage to get multiple helicopters next to each other and you shoot them down, they will crash into each other and take out more than one at a
That's the
time.
bomb.
Yes, it is. So...
Can you shoot it?
You can. You'll fail the mission.
No. I don't want to do all that again.
Yeah, exactly.
So, another reason, another part of, the, another, thing about, the aiming that I struggle with, not struggle with, but, have an issue with, is I look at where the little blast is coming from in the fucking gun.
Why?
Rather than the little, crosshair thing.
Why?
I don't know. It's out of habit.
You're like the only person I know I've ever met that has said you do that. It's really odd.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you want to use the crosshair to aim.
Well, duh. I mean, I see that. Or, like, I wish it was more like you could see it better. I don't know. Like, make it, like, fucking purple or something.
Well, I don't know. I don't really have too many issues seeing it because I know it's just in the center of the screen.
What's next is you go back to Stillwater.
What? No, this is my fight too.
Girl, you don't get messy. Let us take care of business.
Fuck you. I'm doing this for Johnny.
All right, well, if we're gonna bring in the boys, we're gonna need a new place.
You're worried about real estate? We have guns. Let's use them.
So something that changed about Shondi, as they're acknowledging, is in the second game, Shondi wasn't really out in the field shooting a lot of the time. She was mostly behind the scenes working on intel and stuff like that. That changed with 3. Now she's much more headstrong, wanting to get in, use some guns. We're going to need guns, the mission's called, by the way.
See all that money? You know what I'm gonna go buy, right?
Yeah, I do. But before you do that, we're going to wrap up this mission sequence. Alright, so you unlocked Shondi's ex's apartment. That is your first crib of the game. You've also unlocked the Reaper drone weapon, the Saints book, and upgrades, which I'll be getting into in part 2, because we're probably going to end off this part here. Now that we've done the first 3 missions, we've gone for well over an hour, and this video is probably going to be like 40 some minutes after it's all been edited down, so I've actually got to get to editing this. Another thing is that you got the Invincible pack, Genki Bowl 7, Gangsters in Space, and The Trouble with Clones. Those are all DLC packages, which we are not going to get into for quite a while. So we're going to call it here, and in the next part we will pick up with where we are here and get into more of the mechanics of how the game actually functions now that we have free roam available. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what you thought of this part in the comments, and feel free to give us criticism. We want to know how we can improve. And we will see you guys in part 2.